This is the Galaxy Z Fold 3, Samsung's most interesting and expensive folding smartphone. Priced at around $1,800, it is still $200 cheaper than the Galaxy Z Fold 2, yet it brings in some key improvements. This time around, Samsung has focused on the durability aspect, and it is also the world's first folding smartphone to come with an IP rating for water resistance. But wait, there is more. The smartphone also comes with an under-display selfie camera, which is hidden under the main folding screen, and there is support for S Pen stylus too. And in this video, we are going to talk about all these aspects, right from the software experience to top features and overall performance. But before we go ahead with that, do hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that you are notified about each and every video when they are published. And now, with that out of the way, let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 in depth. Foldable smartphones have a lot of moving parts, especially with the hinge, folding mechanism and the flexible screen itself. And with all these, there is always a question about the durability. Well, I have been using this for about 7 months now, and it is still as good as new. The hinge mechanism is solid, and even the folding screen has held up really well. The only thing is that competitors such as OPPO and Honor use a teardrop style hinge, and it offers for a gapless design. This helps in minimizing the crease marks. However, in case of Samsung, that's not the case. It does leave some crease marks and some gap is left when the screen is folded. The crease does bother at times, but not always. And this is one area where we expect to see an improvement with the new Galaxy Z Fold 4. Coming back to the Galaxy Z Fold 3, Samsung has designed the hinge in such a way where you can partially prop up the screen between 75 to 115 degrees. This is where the flex mode gets activated for compatible apps, where the app interface is split into two parts. The view is on the top, whereas the controls are at the bottom. For instance, you can use the smartphone as a tripod when clicking photos or recording videos. Here you will see that the viewfinder is on the top and the shutter button and gallery and modes are at the bottom. Similarly, for apps like Netflix, the viewing area is on the top, whereas the bottom half has the play pause buttons, volume rocker and screen brightness controls as well. As mentioned earlier, there is an IP certification rating for the smartphone as well, which makes it water resistant. So whether you are caught in unexpected rains or accidentally drop water on your smartphone, there is no reason to worry. Now that we are talking about the folding screen and the hinge, let's dive a little deeper. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 comes with a 7.6-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X panel with HDR10 Plus certification and 120Hz screen refresh rate. Samsung is using an ultra-thin glass, which now feels more like a glass rather than plasticky as it was in the previous generation. The screen also supports S Pen, as we said, which we'll talk about in a bit. The folding screen is bright enough at 1200 nits of peak brightness, and reading under direct sunlight is not an issue as such. The screen offers good color reproduction and viewing angles are good too. The screen is good for content consumption, and the under display camera means that there is no notch or cutout, giving you a full screen viewing experience. So whether you are watching your favorite videos or streaming movies from apps or scrolling through your social media timeline or even playing games, you will get a good and enjoyable experience. Though content like music videos and movies are shot in 16:9 aspect ratio, which is a widescreen aspect ratio, but the folding screen has an aspect ratio of 5:4, due to which there are thick bars at the top and the bottom when you're watching videos. Yes, you can always zoom in to scale the video, but it always crops in a significant part of the video, and that is a small trade-off due to inconsistent aspect ratio between different types of content, be it apps, videos or games. Moving on, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 has a 6.3-inch cover display. It is also a dynamic AMOLED 2X panel with 120Hz screen refresh rate, which is good for most apps like browsing through your favorite websites or scrolling through your Twitter timeline, messaging on apps like WhatsApp and so on. Though the 25:9 tall aspect ratio and the narrow screen makes it a little difficult to type. Even after 7 months, I'm still not comfortable and end up making typos and mostly prefer using swipe to text feature. We do hope that the Galaxy Z Fold 4 comes with a slightly wider cover display to address this concern. Next, let's talk about the cameras. Unlike the Galaxy S and Note series flagship smartphones that come with a high resolution 108MP sensor, that's not the case with the Samsung folding smartphone. And this could be a limitation due to design or space restrictions. But the Galaxy Z Fold 3 does pack in powerful cameras, and we have captured some great photos using. There are a total of 5 cameras on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, out of which first is a 10 megapixel selfie camera on the cover screen. Then the other one is a 4 megapixel under display camera, and at the back you have 3 cameras of 12 megapixel resolution each. Now out of these, one is a wide lens, other is an ultra wide lens, and the third one is a telephoto lens with 2x optical zooming capabilities. But what about the camera quality? Well, here are some samples that we managed to shoot on this phone. The 10MP camera on the cover screen also takes detailed selfies, though the ones captured from the under display ones are just passable. This technology is still in its nascent stage and has a lot of challenges. It may not be good for clicking selfies and sharing on social media, but I've used it for video calls on apps like WhatsApp, Zoom, and the quality is pretty decent. And now let's move on to talk about the software, performance, and S Pen experience with the Galaxy Z Fold 3. In terms of hardware, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G mobile platform with 12GB of RAM, and there are 2 storage options to choose from. You can either go for 256GB or 512GB internal storage. Performance wise, the smartphone runs really smooth and does all the heavy lifting without a hitch. The software and hardware is very well optimized, making the Galaxy Z Fold 3 a great productivity tool. The device was shipped with Android 11, but it has already been updated to Android 12, and there is One UI skin on top. But that's not all. Samsung has also been consistent in delivering those monthly security updates and keeping the smartphone up to date with the latest security patch. Talking about software experience with One UI on the foldable smartphone, Samsung lets you customize it the way you want, right? So on the cover screen, you can have a different lock screen, you can have different apps, and you can have different home screen. And as soon as you open the device and go to the foldable screen, you can have a completely different lock screen wallpaper, you can have a completely different home screen wallpaper, and the apps that appear on the home screen can also be different, thus letting you customize the device as you want and offering a different identity as well, right from the cover screen to the main folding screen. Now, the best part about folding display is that you get more screen real estate to run multiple apps side by side. There are 3 key features that take full advantage of this, so let's see how they work. So first, let's talk about multi-window feature and its versatility. It allows you to run 2 different apps either horizontally or vertically. So you can have one app on the top and the other app at the bottom, or you can have one app at the left and the other app at the right, thus giving you a side by side experience to continue with your work. Like on the left you can have a video playing on YouTube, whereas on the right you can have a document open, or you could be replying to WhatsApp, or maybe you are just browsing through your social media timeline or website. Next, let's talk about pop-up window, where you can open any app in a pop-up floating window which remains on top of the UI. So whether you are browsing through your favorite websites or replying to your emails but don't want to miss a sports match or a video, this feature will come in handy. Third feature that I want to talk about is the taskbar, where you can pin it on the side of the screen. So wherever you are on the UI, the taskbar with your favorite apps will always be on the side. You can then drag and drop them to open the app in a multi-window mode, or you can start split screen multitasking as well. And then lastly, there is one more software feature where apps on cover screen can quickly scale to bigger screen when you open it, thus giving you an app continuity experience. And this works the other way too. So say you had Google Maps open in the folding screen and then you close the screen, the same app will start on the cover screen. It is features like these that make me believe in the future of foldable smartphones. Lastly, let's talk about the S Pen. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 has been positioned as a productivity smartphone, and it is good to see Samsung adding support for the S Pen stylus as well. But this is a separate accessory that you need to buy. It does not come with the phone. And this S Pen is slightly different from what we have seen in the Galaxy Note devices. It is thick and big like an actual pen and gives you a great in-hand feel. Sadly, there is no way to tuck in this S Pen in the phone's chassis, and you will have to buy a separate cover for the same. It does add a little bulk and make the phone a little thicker, but at the same time it also offers a good protection as well. The latency of S Pen is good and you feel like writing on a paper. For taking quick notes that free flow across pages, you can use the flex mode and it works perfectly well. The Samsung Notes app also lets you convert the handwriting to text, which is a good feature, and it works quite accurately as well, provided that your handwriting is clear. The S Pen is also good to sign documents on the go, and it works pretty well too. You can even use apps like PenUp to color or Sketchbook to draw sketches if you are into it. And that wraps up our Galaxy Z Fold 3 review. We have also recently reviewed the OPPO Find and Foldable smartphone, so you can check out that video as well. And if you like this video, do give a thumbs up and share it across your social network. That's it from my side for now. See you in the next video. Until then, you can visit counterpointresearch.com and read about our latest research on all the topics that we covered. Bye now.